Garcia says Terence Crawford has more skill than Canelo Alvarez. Is this fact or fiction? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, so Danny Garcia recently gave an interview, and he was asked about the potential matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and Danny has some pretty interesting things to say about those two fighters. I just want to break that down, give my 5,000 nickels for anybody.
You can't fight forever. So when you're 35, 36, 37, 38, you hit touching 40 years old, then you start thinking about, what's the best fights for me? Well, they're the same size. They both like 5'8", but Canelo's a big dude. Skill-wise, Crawford got the better skills out of the two. To me, at 168, I just can't see nobody beating Canelo at that weight. That's his weight. He beat everybody at that weight. Like, that's his weight. Like, that's perfect weight for Canelo. So Canelo faced probably the better competition. He's gonna be the bigger guy, stronger. So if they fought each other right now at 168, Crawford got the skills, but I'll probably go with Canelo.
All right, so Danny Garcia, Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. What's really going on?
Baby, turn this shit off.
So Danny Garcia was asked about the matchup between Crawford and Canelo, and he said that he feels like Terence Crawford has more skills than Canelo Alvarez, and he also said that he feels like Canelo would still edge Terence Crawford out.
Man, this is some bullshit!
And why would he say that Terence Crawford has more skills, but Canelo would still beat him? Listen, man, it's funny when you talk about Terence Crawford, because in one breath, Terence Crawford fans will say, if they're speaking about another fighter, well, there's weight classes for a reason, and coaches say you shouldn't do this and that and the third when it comes to weight, and shouldn't jump up in weight because your coach will tell you there's weight classes for a reason. But when it comes to Terence Crawford becomes like this weird superhero of the boxing ring, and nothing really applies to Terence Crawford. For some reason, no form of logic or, no other aspect of the sport that would negatively affect other fighters, it doesn't really apply to Terence Crawford when you're talking to a Terence Crawford fan or just somebody who casually watches Terence Crawford. And I think that has a lot to do with, the ease of victory that Terence Crawford has had. A lot of that due to, timing, catching fighters at the right timing. A lot of that due to the fact that he's fought a lot of low-level competition. A lot of that due to, fighters just wanting a paycheck off of Terence Crawford. Some of these fighters just wanted to win the Terence Crawford lottery. I brought up the Canelo lottery the other day. Fighters use fighters every day. So it's not like that just applies to one fighter.
What if I throw these up in your face, huh?
A lower ranked fighter or a fighter trying to come back up who might have had a career and got beaten a few times, and then they make a fight with Terence Crawford, and they'll feel like, well, this is my mega lottery. This is probably the biggest payday I'm going to get. Whether I win or lose that fight, this is my boxing lottery. So that has applied to Terence Crawford as well. And he's had a lot of low-level competition fights. And people look at the Kell Brook fight and go, well, look how he did Kell Brook, and look how Errol Spence did Kell Brook. Even though those are two totally different fights at two totally different points in time. Errol Spence fought a champion. Terence Crawford fought a guy who was pretty much a broken fighter at that point.
I mean, this is some shameful shit.
Unfortunately for Kell Brook, I liked Kell Brook until I found out all the extracurricular activities Kell Brook is involved into. So, I think it's funny because when you think about Terence Crawford, nothing seems to apply to him when it comes to like the weight divisions. This is what people are missing. Canelo was at 147 for a very small amount of time. And I actually don't think he was at 147 for that long at all. I don't even think he fought Floyd Mayweather at 147. I actually think they fought at 150 something. It might have been a catch weight of 150 something. So he was only at those lower weights for a very small amount of time. Terence Crawford came from an even lower weight than that and made his way up to 147. And now he's trying to go beyond. And this is the thing about the weight classes. And this is why I don't believe that Terence Crawford has any chance of beating Canelo. Terence Crawford is 37, I believe. 38, somewhere around there. He's basically hit his peak for strength when it comes to being a boxer. He more than likely can't get any stronger as a boxer. He can get bigger. But here's the thing about boxers. This is the reason why bodybuilders are not boxers. They're not professional fighters, even though they're some of the strongest people in the world. Once you hit a certain level of body mass, then it starts to slow you down. You're not going to throw punches as fast. You're not going to move as quick. It's going to negatively affect the way you do things in a boxing ring. So if Terence Crawford has hit his physical peak when it comes to strength, even though he's gained a bunch of weight, that weight's not going to equate to power when he moves to 168.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Canelo's already been at 168 for all these years, so he's adapted to that weight, and he's slowly brought his body up to that strength, and he's going to be able to do things at that weight that Terence Crawford just can't do. We just recently saw Jermell Charlo try to go from 154 to 168, and nothing he did had any effect on Canelo. You know, nothing he threw in that fight had any effect on Canelo. A lot of people feel like that's why he lost that fight, because his power just did not equate to that weight class. So I think Terence Crawford's going to end up in the same situation. I think Danny Garcia's right. He might have more skill sets than Canelo. He might be quicker. He might have better hand speed. He might have better ring IQ. But once he gets hit in the ribs or in the face, is that power going to be absorbed, or is that power going to have effect on Terence Crawford because he's never felt those type of punches before?
Don't try this at home.
So at the end of the day, I definitely agree with Danny Garcia. I think that, yes, Terence Crawford is probably slightly more skilled, but Canelo Alvarez has adapted to that weight class already. So there's not much Terence Crawford is going to be able to bring to the table when it comes to that fight.
Then he's getting worried. Oh, I gotta get him. He's starting to drop his bombs.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
Make him tire himself out. Whatever happens, I win the most rounds. See, I'll think a man.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
See, the Matador beats the Bull. The Bull is the strongest. Bull hits the hardest, but the Matador is the smartest.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
Man conquered all the beasts in the jungles. Got them in cages, but the beast can whoop the man. See, it's the brains.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
Man got me here in a few hours on the jumbo jet. Man didn't pick the jet up and carry it, just threw it through the air. But man's brains made the engine and the pistons and put it together. See, my brains will offset this mummy.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
He talks too much. He's ugly. He's pretending I'm the true champion, and they make me the underdog. I'm gonna show them all they're wrong.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
Because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me.
I mean, we gotta know where his money going to.
I'm going to eat some raw meat, and I'm going to train. I'm going to get ready and chop some more trees.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button, comment, share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes, or holler at me over there. If you want to collab or feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are
Nah, I ain't one to trick, I'm just investing. It's your boy Louis Keys from the West End. Any questions? Whether straight or you lesbian, play this here while I'm dressing. Now put your clothes back on. Hop in the ride, let me take you back home. She say she felt it in her backbone. Pulled a ride over, let her hop back on. She fell off and she got back on. Niggas like me be getting they Mac on. Slacks on, cap on, yeah. And miss your girl, but she ain't coming back. Now on behalf of my niggas trying to get the money stacking up, DJ spinning trying to get the honeys back and back it up. You see your girl right there, I'm trying to pipe her. She like, it is what it is. She like, it is what it is. She like, it is what it is. It is what it is. She like, it is what it is. She like, it is. Check it is. I got a brick house, but it's like I'm talking to a brick wall. Got a thick wall, but she shit tall. Checking on my missed calls, got me pissed off. I tolerate it, cause without her be like withdrawal. She got me fiending, dreaming of beating it up. I'm leaving my peoples and creeping with her. When I had a little chick, I was cheating with her. She wanna G to hit raw, get the skeeting in her. Whoa, hit raw, I snap like bitch, no offense, but I ain't known you for that long. See, nowadays these gold diggers invest. If they can't get the hot nigga, get the nigga who next. And it is what it is. I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm like, it is what it is. Now over half of my niggas trying to get the money stacking up. DJ spinning trying to get the honeys back and back it up. You see your girl right there, I'm trying to pipe her. She like, I told y'all, my G is precise. You need a nigga like Young Keys in your life. That nigga Young Keys might be in your wife. While you going to work, have a gone berserk. Till the day they put my face on the shirt. I'm a beat playing for my freak ladies, doing them things behind closed doors. Better keep her close for my mark on yours. It is what it is. I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm like, it is what it is. Now over half of my niggas trying to get the money stacking up. DJ spinning trying to get the honeys back and back it up. You see your girl right there, I'm trying to pipe her. She like, it is what it is.